Hi, everybody. Welcome to Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. I think my sound's on. I think I added myself. I should be good. Hi, everybody. Nice to be back. Okay. Oh, fun to cruise. Thank you so much. Nice to see you. I'm so bummed. I figured out how to use my iPhone as a webcam, and it's so much better. And I recorded a whole video on it yesterday, and now I can't get it to work. It won't work. And I had it on here. But anyway, that's besides the point. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Oh my God, it worked. Okay. Well, there we go. Seek and you shall find, or beg and you shall receive. Okay, let me come back. It's just better, right? Except for I look very short. Hold on. I know I'm having issues. Clearly never, always a little scattered here. Okay. That's better. All right. So welcome to Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. I'm Kathryn, Kathy, whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me any bad names, please. Thank you very much. So I have been, for those of you that may not know, and for anybody watching the replay that's new, I have had this channel for 3 years now, almost 3 years. And I started with the Lori Vallow, Daybell case. Come and go a little bit because I'm a full-time registered nurse. And it was a lot easier during COVID when we were all in lockdown to keep up with everything. So I'm kind of looking at the chat too. And I would just like to welcome you. I'm glad to be back. It has been a little while. I told everybody I was going to start doing a crime of the week. And then last night I recorded my whole crime of the week after work yesterday, and it had no audio. Like, I swear I need a tech person. I don't have an IT department. They're all at my work. I have them, but not here. So anyway, I'm going to post that later after I finish editing because I had to re-record it. And it is on a case that I really would like to get some momentum on. It's Noah McIntosh. Noah's 8 years old, and he went missing in March of 2019. It's really weird. There were 10 or more CPS reports on him before he went missing. Once his dad even sent him to school in a diaper. He was born with a bladder extrophy, which his bladder was born outside. So he had problems with his urinating and everything. So his dad would hate him. Basically, his dad is up for, I believe he's eligible for the death penalty. I think they're bringing that. And he is also has a special circumstance of torture. So his dad would put him in the bathtub for like 6 hours with ice or with hot water. And his mom knew this was going on. So anyway, that's just the synopsis. It's a horrible story. It takes place. It is from the county I live in right now, Riverside County, California. It's a big county. They're in Corona. I'm not super close to them, but it hits close to home when it's your county, when these are the people that you would call for a neighbor if they were abusing their child. And the county's in big trouble for it, yes. But they left over and over again. Parents didn't unlock the door. Parents didn't answer the door. Case dismissed, closed, and teachers and grandparents and everybody could help, tried so hard. And Noah wound up murdered by his father. So that's the case that I'm bringing to light. Hopefully, his mother is out of jail on her own recognizance. She definitely has a plea deal going, and her sentencing date is in April, but they keep pushing it back because I think she basically is, the plea deal sealed. She basically is going to, work for the defense, or not the defense, for the prosecution. Just a terrible story. And so Bryce is the father's name. His next court date is January 23rd. It's coming up, and it should go to trial early 2023. And I did see that Law and Crime had submitted their request to have cameras in the courtroom. So I believe it will be televised on Law and Crime once it finally gets there. These cases take so long to get to court. I don't know why, but they do. Welcome to the United States. You're close to Corona. Do you remember the story candidly. That community was heartbroken. I put a lot of news clips in there. They tied ribbons all around the Riverside County for Noah. But not only did his fat dad torture him, it's really sad. He bought like sulfuric acid. I think I don't know. I'll let you watch it, but I think he literally burned the kid to death or something with acid. And they have him on Home Depot going to buy all this stuff. His Google searches, his mom on her notes says, Bryce put Noah in the bathtub for 2 hours. Bryce does, so she had notes on this abuse going on. She wasn't living with them. Her name is Jillian Godfrey. She wasn't living with them. She was living in her car in the parking lot of the apartment that he lived in. It's all just a crappy story. I did a video on it a long time ago, but I really wanted to bring everybody up to speed on it because I really, really hope other channels will take it on and spread awareness, because not only because of Noah, which is super important, it's his murder, but the system failed him. And it's the same county that the Turpins were failed in. So it's bad, and we know this isn't the only county in the country that fails children. Very well. My kids know them and said they were evil. Jillian and Bryce are evil. I believe it. They seem, and she got out on her own recognizance. I think she was in for like 16 months. And in the Facebook group I'm in, she actually posted a Snapchat selfie the day she got out. It says Friday face with, she's got her, on, filter. So that's just coming up, and I will get that out. I was going to premiere it yesterday, but again, I get off work earlier. Yes. Oh, and I know you're in Trisha's group a lot. Bring it up to her. I would love for her to follow Noah's case. I don't know why. I mean, yes, I do know why. He's such a sweet, cute little boy. The neighbors said he would walk his dog around the complex, and in the morning at the gate, he would wave good morning to people. It's just so, and his dad was like, oh, send him to school in a diaper because he was wetting himself or whatever to teach him a lesson. And then when the school called, they're like, why did you send your 8-year-old to school in a diaper? And Bryce says, there's clothes in his backpack. I just wanted to teach him a lesson or whatever about his urinary issues. And in the backpack were a pair of pink shorts and a butterfly hoodie, a hoodie with his sister's clothes. So the principal went to Target and bought him clothes that day. But I can't imagine, they reported and reported and reported and reported, and nothing happened. And the kid just got to keep being tortured at home in an ice bucket of water, in a bathtub full of ice. Yeah. Yes. So, I don't know. I've been following this case since the beginning when I saw it on the news initially, and it just made me sick. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Correct. Hi, Christian. How are you? Okay. What else I was going to, okay. Everybody was asking about, well, not everybody. At first I wasn't going to touch the Adventures with Purpose crap. Oh, it's horrible, right? But then as I see all the other people that work with him, Doug and the other ones have resigned. And, there was an indictment. There's emails that basically Jared admitted this and blamed it on his Mormon upbringing and all kinds of bullshit that wasn't his fault, and he's forgiven himself and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I came across a video today. Do you remember Sam, or whatever they called him? He quit about 1.5 years ago. He quit the show because I guess kind of like irreconcilable differences. So Sam Sam, sorry, multitask. I'm looking at your comments. Sam quit. Well, Sam, the Adventure Man. Yes, yes. Thank you, Lori. So Sam quit the show, but his son at one point was doing the camera work for the show, and his son was only 20 years old. And so I actually caught a live stream that, well, it was the rerun of the live stream that his son had did with Sam 2 days ago, explaining something, his experience with Jared. And this was from, a year and a half, 2 years ago, whatever. I don't know how old he is now. And I just wanted to share it, a clip of it, and play it for you, what his son was saying. Just give me 1 second. Let me share it. And let me know if the audio is good to go. I'm just going to play part of it for you, okay?
And then, so it was kind of on my mind a little bit. And then I have a vivid memory, this is my memory of it, of us. We had, I'm not going to say the case, we've been working a case, and 2 little old ladies came up to us. And they asked Jared, they're like, hey, do you have money for gas? And these ladies, I don't like to judge anyone based off appearance solely, but these old ladies appear to be modest in nature, very modest. Some would even, they did not look like they were well-to-do. And he said, yes, we need gas money. And he, they handed him $50. And I also want to know, at this point, he had bragged to me a little about some of the money he was making. So I was already, it was like a red flag. So he takes the $50 or whatever that they give him, and he goes and he stuffs it in the door of the RV, the pocket, and it has the most loose money I'd ever seen in my life, like thousands of dollars. I'd never seen that much loose money. So at that point, my alarm's starting to go off, but I'm just really, so that was, I think, the night before. That was the day before I left, I think. So then the last day, we're working a case, and this case is a very, I'm not going to say the case, I don't want to say any names. If they ever want to speak about things, they can. But this case allegedly involved some of the most horrific things you could ever think of happening to a person.
Cult stuff.
It was cult stuff.
Cult related.
And like involving rituals and like
sacrifice.
Yeah, all just the worst stuff you could ever think of. And we are told the story, we are shown pictures to back up the claim. So immediately I'm just like,
yeah, you're in a bad spot.
We're in a bad spot.
Not comfortable with that.
I'm not comfortable with that, but it was like, to me, take the cult stuff and all that stuff away, because I've never experienced that. But to me, part of the thing is I have experienced death in my life. I have, as many people have, I've experienced, family members. I've experienced friends that,
You've had a lot of close friends.
I've had close friends pass away. So I don't take it lightly. And to me, handling people that are grieving and dealing with death is a very sacred kind of intimate thing. So to me, it was like, then to hear how it was their son had been murdered, allegedly. It was, to me, this is like, oh my gosh, this is the most sacred situation possible. So we're out on the case, and I remember we're out looking for the person, and we go to a spot where we're looking, and it clearly, anybody who had been working the case would know there's no chance of the person being here. But they were, filming and whatever. And I asked about it, and I was told that.
Just to interrupt for a second, Jared did come across to me as cocky, but I thought, he's probably like, kind of got this little bit of like, oh my God, this worked. I got fame now, feeling. I didn't think he was a bad person, but you never know, right? You never know with people who are horrible people in the end. So I hope I'm going to go back to this because there's a really important thing that he says, but I hope that all the guys, the good guys that have walked away, can start up their own, and do good for people again. Like Adventures with Purpose, obviously Jared was taking advantage of people's broken hearts, people's tragedy. Okay, let me go back. I just want you to hear this one part and then we'll come back.
It was for show. Like, we have a show to make. So I was like, why are we here? And I was told, oh, well, we have a show to make. And immediately I got sick to my stomach.
Yeah, I actually would sometimes say, so Jared, is this a show day or a actual search day? What are we doing today? That's a real thing.
And to me though, being told that when I'm over here with my whole heart into what we're doing made me just want to puke. Like, honestly. Mm-hmm. So then that night,
because these people, this is not a show for them at all.
No,
this is real life.
No,
this is real life.
No, it was never told to people I saw. They were never told that that there was places being searched just because it was good content. Interesting. So I was absolutely, sick about that. So I remember that night. So at this point, I'm already sick. So we go back, and it's an older elderly couple. And we go and tell them that we were unable to find their son and that we'd have to I don't remember if we were going to try again or something. I don't remember. It was something. I was there, and I was told, it's hard for me to even talk about, but the old man was crying, and I didn't film. I did not want to go, because I was helping filming. I did not want to go up close to him. And I turned the camera away because he was crying and I didn't want anything to do with it. And then I got accosted for missing what was called the money shot. And at that point, I just ended up storming out because
Isn't that awful? He missed the money shot of the poor elderly father of this missing person crying, and Jared, he calls it accosted, but blasted him, obviously. So anyway, I'm going to end up there. That's the part I wanted you to see, that Jared actually yelled at him about missing the money shot. And now more and more stories are coming out. And, here's one thing at first. The first thing I heard was Jared's sister. What's her name? Jessica with a C. And somebody had taken some stuff off of her Facebook about the cousin, because the cousin's the one that is bringing these charges. Well, the DA is now, but, reported all this. And I went to Jessica's Facebook, and, there's a lot of really weird crap on there. She comes across as, she comes across as unstable. So at first I was like, oh, this just sounds like an extortion attempt, or, I was looking at all her stuff and she had this hashtag stop Jarrett Lysick and all that, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, at first I judged the book by its cover. I really did. I judged it by going on there and looking at the stuff she had posted. So lesson be learned, people, don't post things publicly to the whole world. Like, if you got a certain sense of humor, you're got a kind of friends or whatever, these people that go and post everything on Facebook to the entire world, and then something big happens in their life and then they're, people are judging them. So, that's human nature. And unfortunately, that's what it is. Because right away, sorry, change positions. Right away, I thought, oh, she's just either riding the cousin's coattails or this is all an extortion attempt. But yeah. Yep. So, anyway, it's pretty clear that I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if Jared was ever arrested. Did they bring him? Is he just waiting? Is he in jail? I haven't found out enough about that, but whatever happened, it's awful because he was 17 and his cousin was 9 at the time. So 17, clearly enough to know better. I remember being 17 very well. And obviously you don't do anything like that to a child. So I suggest watching Jessica on Down the Rabbit Hole. It helps you understand what happened. That works. Yes, it's actually I started to watch part of that as well. It's another channel that I never knew existed, but that's how it works around here. We don't know what other channels, a lot of times other channels don't, I have no idea about. So, yeah, Don Webb's vibes. He was indicted, right? So grand jury indictment, Jared. Obviously, there's enough evidence, and I'm not sure what Ruby said. I'm not sure if the sister is not after money herself, though. Yeah, so, is she riding the coattails? Did something happen to her too? Is she just supporting the cousin? Because she does make some posts that make her look like she's looking for some money. Just things like, my life is going to be simple now, karma, la, 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 la. I'm paraphrasing. I can't remember exactly, but it just gives you a weird vibe. But the cousin, I listened to her on Down the Rabbit Hole. She sounds very, like truthful, I guess. I just get that truthful vibe from her. And, at first I thought, oh God, when they were writing all this stuff about Jared and he and it was being posted all over Facebook and Ikmel, how do you say it? God, I'm so bad with this weird Ikmel. I don't know. But anyway, he had posted that first. And I was like, I have a friend who literally lost her mind. And she writes all this crazy stuff like on Facebook. And she was one of the flight attendants I used to work with back in the day. And then she became an attorney. And then somewhere along the way, she lost her mind. And she writes all this stuff. And she goes back into the 80s and she starts saying stuff about people, me, pilots, this, that. And she was fine with me until I told her that she really, really needed to go get help. Like, I was being nice. I was being the nurse. I'm like, look, you need some help. We love you. We care about you. But whatever you're talking about. Okay. Oh my God. She went off on me. She started posting all this bad stuff about me, which wasn't none of it's true. Obviously, she's psychotic. But I was like, oh my God, I had to block her. Everyone that knew her wound blocking her. I think a couple of the guys still watch probably her Facebook for entertainment purposes, but it just sort of reminded me of that, like all over this place and accusing people of all this horrible stuff and very paranoid, So that's what it reminded me of when I first saw Jessica's posts. There was an incident where the sister served him papers and he came out screaming at her and was pissed that she was coming forward with the truth. Yes, I heard that. And I saw she posted that, which was really weird. A delivery. She had a delivery. So was she working DoorDash or something? It didn't sound like papers. But it sounded like she knew, obviously, because I guess you can see the name of who you're delivering to if you're DoorDash or whatever. And obviously Jared knew it was her or saw it was her, or saw her name, because you can see like Jessica is shopping now, or Jessica is on her way with your order, or something like that. So he had a heads up that she accepted the order. Yes. Okay. That's what I mean. Delivering food. And he knew that. Right. Cause like do you guys do DoorDash or anything, or Instacart or any of that stuff? So the first name of your driver does come up when they find the person that's going to shop for you or go get your food. So her name is spelled, it's like Jessica with a C. So it's an unusual name. So he probably right off the bat was like, oh, this is my sister. And he like screamed and yelled at her, I guess. Oh, yeah. Well, you've been paying more attention to this than me, Lori. So maybe you do know. My second cup of coffee. Okay. So we'll watch and see what happens with that. I wasn't even going to address it, but it clearly is a thing. The cast members, the people of Adventures with Purpose are speaking out. And, you know, I did remember, and this is out there somewhere. There's a girl or lady that has like a podcast, or I don't know if she started it before or after. And she had an experience with them coming to find her friend. And she had a really bad experience with Jared back then. And she was blasting him all over the place. And this had to be, what, year and a half, 2 years ago? Right. The cousin has a good case about him. The sister mess it up. Right. And I kind of just said to myself, and maybe I said it in Discord, that the sister kind of, unless she's bringing the charges too, she needs to kind of publicly just support the cousin, because it doesn't look right. And I'm the public and you're the public. And, you know, she very well could have been a victim as well. But I think if she's not going to bring the charges as well or come forward legally, that she probably should just support the cousin, support her cousin. So that is the Adventures with Purpose nightmare. Unbelievable. Like when I found Adventures with Purpose and, oh, really? Jamal shared a very disturbing video, Jared. I highly recommend. Is it, do you know, like the name of it, or is it one of his most recent? Or Lori, can you find it and give me the link so I can see it later? So, what else was I going to say here? You guys, I just don't know. When I first saw Adventures with Purpose, I thought they were the most amazing YouTube channel ever. Like, what great work they're doing. Like, people like me, I'm not out diving in rivers and lakes, and I'm just talking about cases, right? But they were actually out there helping families find their loved ones. So it's just like it's just crap, you know? Like, how do you take advantage of people like that? Thank you. Nice to see you, Marilyn. Like all my oldies but goodies are here, you guys. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I know I've been a slacker on the live streams and I'm trying to do better. I am going to commit to every other Saturday because, you know, there's things that come up on Saturdays and I hate to back out because then I'm like, oh God, I can't do it. Sorry, you know. So I'm going to try to commit to every other Saturday. Of course, if it's a holiday, probably not going to happen. Ick Mel. So yeah. So I'm going to try to commit to that. And then I want to do my crime of the week. I tried to start it as crime of the day, but I was like, oh my gosh. Because when I edit my stuff, I always want it better. And I always want it more. And I always take so long. And I don't just put it out there and talk and then close it up. And I need to get better at doing some quicker videos that aren't super, you know, edited with news reports and, you know, that kind of stuff. So, yes, I did. I went to Greece from September 2nd through the 13th. And we went to Santorini, which I've never been. Oh my God, it was so gorgeous. I went to Santorini. I went to the island of Milos, was amazing. We went to the island of Paros. We did not stay there long enough. We only stayed there 2 nights. I probably should have stayed in Milos longer. If I had to do it again, I would have gotten rid of one of those, but I don't know which one because they were both fabulous. and just stayed longer at the other one. And then we went to Athens, and it was amazing. It was fabulous. It was wonderful. I'm going back. I actually made a reservation for next September. So I'm going to take my son. Hi, Gayla. Hi, Gayla. You liked my quick update video, the one I did the other day. So that brings me to my next subject, Delphi. What are you guys thinking about the whole Delphi thing? I think that, you know, at first the family was like, we got him. He's caught, captured. But I saw that Scott Reich, Crime Talk, did a video yesterday on, was it Libby's mom, saying she wants some answers. Like, how did this guy live underneath everyone's nose in plain sight for 6 years? That's my question. Oh, yes. Thank you. Just to back up, because I was talking about Greece a minute ago, I do have a travel channel. It's called Beyond the Empty Nest. I have Greece videos from this past trip and the one before, Hawaii, and some other stuff on there. Local stuff too that I've done. So yeah, check it out. And I really, you know, I would like to get that channel monetized, but I'm very far from having enough subscribers on it, because I feel better about throwing more ads and stuff into a travel channel versus a crime channel. Do you know what I mean? Like here we're talking about victims and stuff, and yes, it's monetized, but what I really want from here is just to sort of cover my expenses. I'm not here to make a bunch of money. Otherwise I could quit my job if I did that, but you know, so my point is, if I'm trying to get that one monetized, so that one can make me a little extra money, and this one can be, you know, more serious and about the crimes and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, so Delphi. So Richard Allen, Ricky, I think his voice matches perfectly. When I watched I did a comparison voice video, and yes, okay, we'll do that, Lori. There is a lot of really suspicious stuff about this being some kind of pedophile ring that was using the Anthony Shots fake person. I mean, real pictures of a real person, but wasn't him, reaching out to these young girls and taking advantage of them. And it sounds like more than just, what's that guy's name? Klein, had access to this Snapchat. So, however, Richard Allen got involved in this as well, is what it sounds like. Like, I don't know, because a lot of it's really confusing, but it sounds like Richard Allen somehow decided to meet up with them that day, or knew where they were going to be. Keegan Klein, that's it. Keegan Klein. And you know, he wound up killing him. But what really blows my mind about Richard Allen, and that he wasn't caught, was he actually went to law enforcement and said he was on the bridge that day. I mean, he looks like the sketch. He's a man in his mid-40s. What'd they just say? Like, okay, thanks for letting us know. And this is just my complete guessing speculation, probably way off bat. But you know how they have the two pictures? The older guy picture that looks more like Richard Allen with the goatee, and then they have the younger guy picture. Do you think that maybe Richard Allen just was the one that described the younger guy to throw him off? Like, why are there so different pictures, right? The judge and his family were being doxxed and feared for the safety. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So the judge, but in one of the groups I'm in on Facebook, somebody said that judge is a little bit off. So he blasted YouTube and everybody, because I guess there's a YouTube video out there where somebody posted the judge's name, the pictures of the judge's family, where the judge lived, and it just pissed him off, and he peaced out, and he said, I am recusing myself, but you people suck out there in true crime land. And basically that's what he said. The judge's staff was new on the job. He was getting threats to his family. Makes no sense. He doesn't have the experience to do a death penalty case. Okay. So then everybody's like, okay, this new judge that's coming in, I did read this morning that she is going to that county. They're not moving it to this county. So she already has traveled over there to meet with the staff at the court and everything about this case. I thought the older guy's sketch was eyewitness. It isn't. It's just they sketched it. Okay. Oh, there was also criticism of the judge sealing the case without a proper hearing. Okay. See, so there was a lot of little weird things going on with this case. This case has been so secret squirrel. So secret squirrel. I mean, you know, I know even the family doesn't want the probable cause document released, but this isn't the probable cause document is what they have on Richard Allen, why he was arrested, why he meets the criteria to say, hey, you're the guy. The probable cause document isn't going to list exactly what happened to the girls. That's all going to come out in court. Right? Am I right? Klein admitted he was asking Libby on Anthony shots if she would be with a man in his 40s. It's on the interrogation report. Oh, interesting. Okay. According to Gray, he said an insider shared that the first sketch was from the video. Okay, interesting. Good to know. Someone took the younger photo, cut the hair, gave a mustache, goatee, and wrinkles. Age profess. It looks like Richard Allen. Okay. I don't think I ever made a video on the Delphi case. I remember when I first started my channel, somebody in the chat, people in the chat were like, please follow Delphi, please follow Delphi. And I'd have to dig it up, but somebody attached to that family sent me an email saying, I see that you're being requested to follow the Delphi case and yada, yada, yada. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of speculation and rumors. You know, please just, if you're going to follow it, know the facts of the case and watch or listen to the podcast Down the Hill. And this is supposedly a friend of one of the families that sent this to me. And so I listened to Down the Hill, and then I just was like, you know, a lot of people are following it, and Down the Hill was good. And so I just waited. I don't think I ever made a video on it because I was so busy with Lori and Chad at that time anyway. It was like taking up over all of our stuff here, you know. He did a short with a side-by-side and voice comparison between Big BG and RA. I highly recommend. I'm just looking at your comments here. Yeah, Gray's really good at following this case. I know he's been following it forever, right? Like from the get-go, the beginning. So he is at Gray Hughes is a good place. Although you're not allowed to say my channel name on his channel, you know, or any other channel's name, but I don't do that here. You're welcome to share other good creators. I don't have a problem with that at all. Just don't say my name over there. He'll blast you or any of the rest of us in his chat. But I do watch Gray when I can. Yeah. You know, he's just Gray. He's been on my show. He's come in here when we were talking about Fauna Frey. And then Fauna Frey's family tried to give us instructions on what we could and couldn't say. And oh God, that was also her friends. Wait, what? I'm missing something here. Oh, his entire, okay. Huh. See, I don't know all this. So yes, this is it. He's good, but he's not got the best attitude. Yeah, he's a little short with his people in his chat and stuff sometimes. A little short. Let's see. La la la. Trying to look back here to see if I missed anything. Oh, you can't stay. Okay. You watch us later. All right. I think I got. Okay. Let me get back here. It reminds you of an AM talk radio host. Yeah, kind of, right? Like they get a little, I listen to, I like talk radio. I listen to in LA, KFI AM 640, and they're pretty funny, but yeah, I like talk radio, but it kind of does, right? He's very abrupt and sarcastic. Yeah. So that was that, Delphi, and I guess more. Now, who's calling me at work? And why is it popping up on my regular? That is so weird. I don't work on Saturday, FYI, people. You go to the ER. And it popped up on my screen here that I got a work call coming in. Somehow I have my Teams from work tied with my personal stuff that I don't want to know happens when I'm off work. So anyway, another thing that just to catch you up a little bit, I got diagnosed with basal thumb arthritis in both sides. And because my hands are in, but I thought I had carpal tunnel. I didn't know what the heck was going on. And so I had an x-ray on this hand and it shows arthritis. And then I went to the specialist, the hand doctor. And by that time, this hand was really hurting even more. So I got a cortisone shot in this hand. So this hand feels good right now, but this hand hurts a lot. So I may need to go get. So anyway, I was trying to rest my hands and not type a lot because I have to type at work and edit and all that stuff takes my hand. So this one feels much, much better. Freaking getting old is bullshit, man. I mean, not really, because the alternative is more bullshit, but it's like, sorry, excuse my language, but I never expected to have aches and pains. I'm sorry. I just did not expect to have arthritis in my thumbs. Like, really? Let's see, go back. Okay. Gayla, I absolutely believe Klein knows who's responsible for the murders. Well, there's just way too much coincidence, right? Klein and then the interrogation and then bringing him out of jail and taking him to the river. And I mean, there's something connected. There has to be. Let's see. Kathy was out of Oregon living with son before she came back to California. Yes, I was. Yes, I did live in Oregon for a while. For 2 years, I moved up there for my boyfriend who, well, quickly was no longer my boyfriend once I lived with him. What do you do for that other than cortisone? There is it's called, I just bought it. The hand doctor told me to get it. It's called hold on, let me get it up. It's like it actually works. I was surprised. I'm like, why would a topical be very helpful to this? It's right here. This. Yeah, Voltaren arthritis pain. Commercial for arthritis. Now I really sound like an old person. But it's arthritis pain. It used to be prescription, and it's diclofenac sodium topical gel, arthritis pain reliever. I saw a commercial for it the other day too. So I'm using that. He said you could use go get some cannabis ointment or whatever, but this seems to be helping. It's for arthritis. I have arthritis. Arthritis pain. That's what I got. I have arthritis. He said it's more common in women. This is basal thumb joint arthritis. It's more common in women and it's very common apparently. I got it at CVS. Oh, no, I actually got it. I got it on Amazon. I bought it through Amazon because you can get everything through Amazon. Every time I think of something, I grab my phone and I get it through Amazon. So I got this from Amazon, but I'm sure it's at CVS, it's at Walgreens, it's everywhere. Hyaluronic. That's like the face stuff, right? Instead of cortisone. Interesting. I'll bring that up. I'll ask about that. So let's see. Back here, Jenny. The police seem to believe they have the murderer. It makes me speculate on what was found at RA's home, Richard's home. Maybe there was photographic or video evidence shows more than one culprit. Yeah, and that was the other thing that I was going to say about, his wife, Kathy. The letter that Richard Allen wrote to the judge to get his public defender now makes it sound like she's supporting him. And they're not safe and she had to move out. Well, I would have moved out too. But then other people are speculating that maybe she turned him in. But then other people have said she's a pretty naive person and she probably didn't know. She's just more of a naive person. That's what I read. Someone said that knows her. So who knows? Honestly, I think she was in the dark. I think she is in denial. I think they were together, obviously, since they were teenagers. They got married when they were 19. The person she thought he had a double life. That's what I think about his wife. But again, another person putting all kinds of public information on Facebook of their lives and then wondering why people grabbed it, nabbed it, looked at it. Just be careful what you put out there, because somebody, when all of a sudden your husband's the murderer or your boss is the child, whatever, Adventures with Purpose, and you have all this stuff on your Facebook, people are going to come in droves and look at it. So just lock your Facebook down. That's pretty much it. Percy, you're going to have to wait. We're going to be done in about 10 minutes. Okay. Yes, I have not seen it. I did hear that Lauren did an interview with Chad Daybell's sister-in-law. She's married to Chad Daybell's brother. I thought it was going to be in 3 parts. Did it premiere last night? I think it was going to premiere last night. I was trying to fix my video that never made it out last night, but I think, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if all the creepy guys got together and decided like, hey, let's just have this account that we all can get in. And you believe Klein was the middleman who was finding AKA fishing girls for men. Oh, that makes sense. So Klein, maybe were they paying him? Like maybe he was the one. He was going to go match all these creeps up with girls too and set him up. Oh, disgusting. Again, another reason why we have to have access to our kids. Everything. Snapchat, Instagram, everything. Like, do not trust your kids. It's just, they're too young, right? Kids are too young. Especially teenage girls, like, ooh, look at this cute model guy. Like, ooh, let's, and then boom, murderer. I don't think they understand that there's danger out there, but they don't really understand that there's danger out there. You know what I mean? That's what I'm wondering. Were they paying him? Were they giving him some money to feed him these girls? I watched Heather last night on Hidden True Crime. First, a series of 3. She found him creepy from the beginning. She's married to Chad's brother, Matt. Interesting. Okay. It should be interesting. Lauren gets a lot of good interviews, so she definitely does. Those hormones, right? Exactly. They pay him. See, that's what I'm thinking. They must pay him for the fishing expedition. And then obviously he thought maybe that they were just going to be flirting with them, whatever, getting to show their boobies or whatever, right? And then boom, one of them is Richard Allen, the murderer. And obviously Klein knew he was doing something wrong, so it does make sense that he would have never came forward, because he knew that he's doing the child, whatever you want to call it. Klein told the murderers where Libby was going to be that day on the bridge. Klein admitted in his interrogation that he talked to Libby that day. Yes. I have not listened to that. I need to catch up and listen to that. So speaking of, before we end, because I'm going to keep my live streams to 1 hour. That's one of my reasons why I don't do them that much, because I'm like, I go on and on and on and on, and they're long. Even my friends are like, your live streams are too long. We're not going to watch you that long. And I'm like, yeah, but you're my friend. And they're probably like, we're not going to watch you at all. But anyway, Chad sounds like he is going to turn on Lori, doesn't it? Did you guys listen to the audio from the court the other day where Pryor is like, this case is very different from Lori's, and basically he said that, from what it sounds like, they're going to throw Lori in the bus and say, well, look, she killed Charles. Why wouldn't her and Alex killed Charles? Lori and Alex killed Charles. That was all they're doing. Chad's not even bringing, and apparently you can't really do that, but you can in some way, shape, or form. You can bring something else in. So I don't think they could bring it into Lori's case and say, right? But Chad, in his own case, could bring it in if they were separate and say, well, Lori, da, 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 da. But in your own case, you can't bring up, like, Lori Day's, I don't know, Lori Day's family had a very tragic accident. It wasn't even an accident. And so the person that was arrested and went to trial. So Lori Day was at the trial, and she was telling me that they couldn't bring up this or that from his past, the things he's had in the past, the DUIs, whatever. They couldn't bring it up in court. So I'm thinking, if Lori and Chad are in the same, tell me if you think, is this right? Lori and Chad are in the same court, same trial, they really can't bring up the Charles murder. And so Chad can't use that, right? But if they have separate trials, they can bring it up as reasonable doubt, right? Yeah, I heard Trisha talking about Zav Girl. I had her on before too, but she's gone, I guess, really super duper into the conspiracy stuff on the Kylie Rodney case. And honestly, Kylie Rodney's family just needs to grieve and not have to hear people accusing them or making up things or saying that she was an alien or whatever's out there. There's all kinds of weird stuff out there. I think a lot of you got to remember, you guys, and I'm not saying Zav Girl, I'm not saying anybody in particular. Yeah, just a little too far down the rabbit hole, right? Yeah. And she's a sweet girl. I liked having her on here, but a little wait, pick up a new case now, guys, Oh, they do have the interrogation interview. No, see that's helpful because that'll give us some info. But who said Adventures with Purpose is crap? Jared is the founder of Adventures with Purpose. So he tainted their name, right? Even though the people that work for him, everything had a good cause, were there for the right reasons, hopefully. Jared wasn't necessarily there for the right reasons. He was there for money. So what would I think be in their best interest is to just start over with rebranding, having their own. So that's what I think. And so you're going to say Adventures with Purpose. I think it's just natural to be like, oh, because Jared was the founding person of Adventures with Purpose. He was the boss. He is the main dude, right? Even though there's good people that work for him. So hopefully they can rebrand and go do good things for people. And I think they'll have a lot of followers. People seem to be like, okay, you know, and Sam the Adventure Man or whatever in his live stream and stuff, he's got more people coming back and apologizing and stuff like that to him now that they realize. So yeah, the other guys are, you know, as a whole, Adventures with Purpose guys are great. But Mr. In Charge screwed it all up. The Murder Sheet podcast covered the client interrogation. Okay. Oh, you're glad that you bought your car safety cutter window breaker tool from Amazon. I got to get one of those. That was really cool. That was really cool when they showed that you just, and the glass will just, that's really probably super helpful and will save lives for sure. But yeah, the team has been left high and dry. It's sad. You know, that's like if my whole company shut down right now. What do? You know, you need a paycheck. And that was their livelihood at this point. So back to Chad. I think Chad will throw Lori under the bus. I also think Lori will take the hits and will martyr herself by to protect. I honestly think that Lori may never go to trial. I honestly think that Lori may just wind up in a facility for the rest of her life. I don't know if she's malingering. When I'm doing my Afterglow podcast, the last couple episodes, I was like, you know, Lori believed this crap. Like Lori bought this hook, line, and sinker. Lori and Alex really thought Charles was a zombie. Lori and Alex really thought Brandon was a zombie. Everybody was reaching out to Chad to get the dark and light and blah, blah, blah. Lori really thought she was part of the 144,000. Lori was really running around trying to get everything straightened out so she could be the freaking queen of the 144,000. So, hi, Mama D. How are ya? Yeah, so, you know, hi, Percy. You guys, Percy has been like, right now, like, oh my God, Percy, come here. You're so heavy. Oh, Percy, you got to go on a diet. Maybe we all do. So, he is, bugging me. He's sitting down here smacking me, telling me it's time to go out because he has to go potty. Say hi, everybody. I'm Percy the pain in the butt. Anyway, he's hilarious. So we're going to go out in a minute. So anyway, I think that Lori may wind up locked up not in jail and not in prison. And, you know, one thing before I end, I wanted to say, you know, initially I thought, gosh, it's so great that there's not an insanity plea in Idaho. And now I have the complete opposite. Because if you can say you're not guilty by reason of insanity, you can still go to trial. If there's no insanity plea, you can't even take them to trial, right? So I know, and I think it's hilarious that Trisha on Web Sleuth has a bug too now. And they are hilarious. They have the funniest personalities, don't you? Do you have a funny personality? Yeah, don't kiss me. Don't want kisses. So anyway, we'll see. But my gut feeling right now is Chad's going to go to trial. Lori is going to go back and forth to the mental hospital. It's going to be severed, and Lori may never get her head straight. I mean, and look at Mama D, isn't it what you said? You said if Lori ever wakes up and really gets what she did, if she really comes to, I mean, can you imagine if you really were like, all of a sudden you were like, oh crap, that was all not real. Like she maybe living in a really weird mental state of denial along with whatever else is going on in her head. Right. That's perfect, Jenny. Just keep Lori in the mental facility until trial so she can't play games or stop taking her meds. All right. So this guy wants to go out to the potty, and he is making that very well known by putting his hand on his paw on my hand, smacking me. Hi, Lou. And so I am going to go out. I have my pool is filled. They had to drain it yesterday and then refill it because there was some issue with the plaster on the bottom. But I have my pool done now. I got to get in it one time so far. Yes, that's right. Mama D says. And everything else is good. What is 2 Saturdays from today? I don't have my calendar because my phone is using the camera. So 2 Saturdays from today, I will do another 10:30 in the morning live stream. Is that Thanksgiving weekend? Either way, I can still do it on the Saturday because Thanksgiving's on Thursday. I'm off Thursday. That weekend, I can probably work on some videos. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So any last comments? Anything else before we go? I appreciate seeing you guys. Thanks for showing up. And I'll be back. I just got to get last year was just really hard. I was just super busy and stuff was going on and my trip was coming up and all kinds of stuff. So I'm back. And especially in the fall and winter, it's just so much easier. The summer's hard. I don't know why, but the summer's hard. Thanks, Ruby. Thanks, mods. Thanks, Mama D. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, you members. If anybody else wants to become a member, we are very chitty chatty in the Discord app. We talk about all these cases and all this stuff all the time, every day. And it's a great place to kind of keep the momentum going with the channel because I can't always be here. But I do check in on Discord a lot during the week. So if you want to join, let us know. You have to become a member here, and then you can be in Discord with us. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Marilyn, Gayla, Moonlight View. And I will finish editing my video on Noah McIntosh, and I will post it this weekend. And then next week, we'll start with my premiere of Crime of the Week. But it will be the Crime of the Week. It's just late because I recorded the whole thing without audio. All right, guys. Have a great one. I'm going to let Percy go potty, and I will, yes, you're going potty. And I will see you all soon. Bye-bye. Stay safe, stay well. Take care. Bye.